Ladies and gentlemen, I came here today to talk to you about something that has the power to transform your life, not tomorrow, not next year, but starting right here, right now. I'm talking about the power of critical thinking. It's not just a skill, it's a lifeline, a compass that points you toward the truth in a world drowning in noise. Critical thinking transforms obstacles into opportunities by shifting the way we perceive and approach challenges. It allows us to look beyond the immediate discomfort of a problem and see it as a doorway to growth, innovation, and change. Life is full of obstacles, they are unavoidable. But what separates those who thrive from those who merely survive is the ability to engage the mind in ways that reframe challenges as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. This is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending they don't exist. It's about developing the capacity to analyze, evaluate, and interpret them with clarity and purpose. When an obstacle appears, the immediate reaction for many is frustration, fear, or even resignation. These emotional responses, while natural, often cloud judgment and obscure the potential for progress hidden within the challenge. Critical thinking steps in to interrupt that cycle. It requires you to pause, reflect, and ask powerful questions. What caused this situation? What options are available to address it? What lessons can be drawn from it? This deliberate process turns the problem into a puzzle to be solved rather than a wall that halts forward movement. Imagine a river blocked by a fallen tree. Without critical thinking, the natural response might be to give up or wait for someone else to clear the path. But with critical thinking, you look at that tree differently. You might notice how it can be repurposed as a bridge, a raft, or even firewood to sustain you for the journey ahead. The tree remains the same, but your perspective shifts. That is the transformative power of critical thinking. It doesn't change the facts of the situation. It changes what you do with them. In the face of adversity, critical thinking also fosters resilience. By breaking a challenge down into smaller, manageable parts, you begin to see that what seemed insurmountable is actually solvable. This process builds confidence. Each solution uncovered strengthens your ability to tackle future obstacles with greater resolve. Over time, this resilience becomes a part of your character, equipping you to navigate not only the small setbacks of life, but also its greatest trials. Moreover, critical thinking sharpens creativity. When you train your mind to see obstacles as opportunities, you open the door to innovative solutions. What others might dismiss as impossible becomes an exciting challenge to overcome. History is full of examples of this principle in action. The most groundbreaking inventions, movements, and ideas were often born out of significant obstacles. Someone, somewhere, refused to be stopped by what was in front of them. Instead, they saw the potential hiding in the problem and turned it into something extraordinary. At its core, critical thinking transforms obstacles into opportunities because it empowers you to see with fresh eyes. It compels you to rise above the emotional chaos of the moment and engage the rational, creative parts of your mind. It demands that you don't settle for surface-level conclusions, but dig deeper to uncover possibilities that others may overlook. In doing so, it transforms not only your circumstances, but also your mindset. Embracing thoughtfulness builds clarity and resilience in uncertain times because it allows you to pause in the midst of chaos and anchor yourself in purpose and understanding. When life feels like a whirlwind and decisions must be made under pressure, the temptation is to react impulsively, to let emotions dictate actions. Thoughtfulness, however, is the antidote to that impulsive chaos. It creates space for wisdom to emerge, for deeper insight to guide your steps, and for resilience to take root as you navigate the storm. Clarity is not something that comes naturally in moments of uncertainty. It must be cultivated. When you embrace thoughtfulness, you are committing to a process of deliberate introspection and measured response. You begin by asking yourself the tough questions. What is really happening here? What am I feeling and why? What is the most constructive way forward? These questions may not always yield immediate answers, but the act of asking them slows the pace of panic and opens the door for reason and clarity to enter. In a world that often glorifies speed and instant results, thoughtfulness is a radical act. It teaches you that it is okay to take your time, to assess, to reflect, and to weigh your options carefully. This patience not only leads to better decisions, but also builds an inner strength that sustains you when the path ahead is unclear. When you train yourself to embrace thoughtfulness, you are no longer at the mercy of external pressures. You learn to stand firm, rooted in your own understanding, even when everything around you seems to be shifting. Resilience, too, finds its foundation in thoughtfulness. Challenges will come. That is a certainty. But it is the way you think about those challenges that determines whether they break you or build you. Thoughtfulness allows you to shift your perspective to see obstacles not as immovable barriers but as opportunities to grow stronger. You begin to recognize patterns, learn from your past experiences, and apply those lessons in the present moment. This process fortifies your mind and equips you to face future uncertainties with greater courage and confidence. Thoughtfulness also fosters empathy, a critical component of resilience in uncertain times. When you take the time to consider the perspectives and experiences of others, you expand your understanding of the situation. This broader view not only helps you make more informed decisions, but also strengthens your relationships, which are a vital source of support and encouragement during difficult moments. In embracing thoughtfulness, you cultivate the emotional intelligence needed to navigate both the internal and external complexities of life. In uncertain times, thoughtfulness becomes a compass guiding you through the fog of confusion and fear. It sharpens your vision, enabling you to see the bigger picture while attending to the details that matter most. It steadies your heart, reminding you to trust the process even when the outcome is unclear. Thoughtfulness doesn't remove uncertainty, but it equips you to face it with clarity, grace, and a quiet resolve that comes from within. It teaches you that the answers you seek are often found not in the rush to act, but in the courage to pause and reflect. The mind is a battlefield. Mastering it leads to victory in life because every triumph and every defeat begins in the realm of thought. It is within your mind that the wars of doubt, fear, and insecurity are waged. And it is there that battles of courage, determination, and faith are won. Understanding the significance of this battlefield is the first step toward living a life of purpose and fulfillment. What happens in your mind is not passive. It is an active, ongoing struggle that shapes how you perceive the world, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately, how you achieve your goals. The mind, if left unchecked, can become a hostile place. Negative thoughts creep in like thieves in the night, stealing your confidence, sabotaging your aspirations, and filling you with hesitation. Self-doubt whispers that you are not good enough, fear screams that you will fail, and past failures replay like an endless loop, convincing you that success is out of reach. These are the battles fought daily in the hidden corners of the mind. Without awareness, it is easy to succumb to these destructive forces, allowing them to dictate the course of your life. But when you begin to master your mind, everything changes. Mastery does not mean the absence of struggle. It means learning to recognize the forces at play and responding with strength and strategy. It starts with the awareness that you are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them. This realization gives you the power to challenge the negativity, to replace destructive patterns with constructive ones, and to take control of the narrative running through your mind. Mastering the mind requires discipline. It demands that you take ownership of what you allow to occupy your mental space. Just as you would not let weeds overrun a garden, you cannot let negative thoughts grow unchecked in your mind. Discipline involves choosing to feed your mind with positivity, wisdom, and truth, even when it feels easier to give in to doubt and fear. It is about consistently reminding yourself of your worth, your capabilities, and your purpose, no matter what the circumstances may suggest. Victory in life comes from this disciplined mastery of the mind. When you control your thoughts, you control your actions. And when you control your actions, you control your outcomes. The obstacles you face may not change, but your ability to overcome them transforms. Where others see failure, you see a lesson. Where others give up, you press forward. This mental strength becomes the foundation for every success you achieve, allowing you to face life's challenges with resilience and determination. The battlefield of the mind is not a one-time fight. It is a lifelong journey. Each day presents new struggles, new doubts, and new fears. But each day also presents new opportunities to grow stronger, to build your mental fortitude, and to claim the victories that are waiting for you. With every thought you choose, every belief you challenge, and every action you take, you are shaping the future you will step into. The mind, when mastered, becomes your greatest ally in achieving the life you were meant to live. Reflective thinking bridges the gap between ambition and execution because it transforms lofty dreams into actionable steps. Ambition, while powerful, can often remain an abstract concept, a collection of ideas, desires, or goals that exist in the mind but lack the clarity needed for realization. Reflective thinking provides a structure and strategy to turn those ambitions into tangible results. It is the process of pausing, analyzing, and understanding what is required to move from where you are to where you want to be. Without reflection, ambition can become a source of frustration rather than fulfillment, leaving you stuck in a cycle of wishing and waiting. When you engage in reflective thinking, you begin by examining the core of your ambition. What is it that you truly want? Why does it matter to you? This initial step brings clarity and purpose to your goals, ensuring that they are not driven by fleeting desires or external pressures, but by a deeper sense of meaning and direction. Reflective thinking requires honesty. It pushes you to confront not only your aspirations, but also your limitations, fears, and blind spots. This self-awareness is essential because it helps you identify the gaps between your current reality and your ultimate vision. Once the foundation of understanding is laid, reflective thinking shifts to strategy. It encourages you to ask critical questions. What resources do I need? Who can support me in this journey? What obstacles am I likely to face, and how will I overcome them? This process transforms ambition from a vague idea into a structured plan. Reflective thinking doesn't just highlight what needs to be done. It also reveals the most effective way to do it. It allows you to prioritize, focus, and align your actions with your goals, minimizing wasted effort and maximizing progress. In bridging ambition and execution, reflective thinking also serves as a compass. As you take steps toward your goals, circumstances may change, challenges may arise, and unexpected opportunities may present themselves. Without reflection, it's easy to lose your way, to become overwhelmed or distracted by the noise of life. Reflective thinking provides the steady guidance needed to stay on course, helping you evaluate your progress, adjust your strategies, and remain connected to your original purpose. It ensures that every action you take is intentional and aligned with your vision, even when the path ahead is unclear. Furthermore, reflective thinking builds resilience. Ambition often requires stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and facing setbacks. Reflective thinking allows you to learn from these experiences rather than be defeated by them. It encourages you to see failure as feedback, to extract valuable lessons from every misstep, and to use those lessons to refine your approach. This mindset not only keeps you moving forward, but also strengthens your resolve, equipping you to face future challenges with greater confidence and wisdom. Through reflective thinking, the journey from ambition to execution becomes a purposeful and transformative process. It connects the passion of dreaming with the practicality of doing, ensuring that your goals are not just aspirations, but achievements in the making. It demands patience, persistence, and self-awareness, but it rewards you with the satisfaction of seeing your vision come to life. Reflective thinking is the bridge that turns possibilities into realities, guiding you every step of the way. Critical thinking equips individuals to evaluate possibilities, fostering creativity and innovation by challenging conventional patterns or paths and opening the door to unexplored solutions. In a world that often rewards conformity and routine, critical thinking is the tool that allows us to break free from predictable limitations and discover new possibilities. It begins with questioning assumptions, the unspoken beliefs and ingrained practices that guide so much of our decision-making without our even realizing it. Critical thinking challenges you to ask, why is this done this way? Could it be done differently? What have we not yet considered? These questions disrupt the status quo and ignite the spark of creativity. Creativity thrives in environments where possibilities are not confined by preconceived notions. By examining the world through the lens of critical thinking, you begin to see beyond the obvious, recognizing patterns, connections, and opportunities that others might overlook. This deliberate process of evaluation and inquiry transforms ordinary problems into opportunities for innovation. When you critically evaluate a situation, you are not merely solving a problem, you are redefining the framework within which that problem exists. This shift in perspective is the birthplace of innovation, the ability to create something novel, effective, and transformative. The power of critical thinking lies in its ability to integrate logic with imagination. On one hand, it demands rigor, structure, and analysis. It requires you to sift through information, identify biases, and distinguish between fact and opinion. On the other hand, it encourages free thought, bold ideas, and the courage to explore the unconventional. This combination creates a balance where creativity is not aimless but purposeful, grounded in reality, yet driven by the desire to expand it. It allows you to navigate the fine line between risk and reward, ensuring that your innovative ideas are not only bold but also practical. Fostering innovation through critical thinking also involves embracing uncertainty. The most groundbreaking ideas often emerge from situations where the answers are unclear, where the path forward is uncertain, and where risks are high. Critical thinking provides the tools to navigate this ambiguity with confidence. It teaches you to break complex problems into manageable parts, to analyze each component, and to construct solutions that are both inventive and effective. This ability to think critically in the face of uncertainty is what distinguishes true innovators from those who simply follow established paths. Moreover, critical thinking nurtures collaboration, an essential element of creativity and innovation. By encouraging open dialogue and diverse perspectives, it creates an environment where ideas can be shared, challenged, and refined. It allows individuals to build on each other's strengths, transforming solitary insights into collective breakthroughs. Through this collaborative process, critical thinking expands the realm of what is possible, pushing the boundaries of creativity and inspiring innovation on a larger scale. Innovation does not happen in a vacuum. It requires an intentional effort to think differently, to challenge the familiar, and to embrace the unknown. Critical thinking provides the framework for this effort, turning possibilities into realities. It invites us to imagine what could be and equips us to make it happen. By fostering creativity and innovation, critical thinking becomes the catalyst for progress, the foundation for breakthroughs, and the engine driving change in a rapidly evolving world. Critical thinking is a guiding force in making informed decisions, ensuring that emotions and impulses do not dictate outcomes, but instead align decisions with reason, clarity, and purpose. In an age where distractions abound and the pace of life often demands immediate reactions, the ability to pause and evaluate a situation critically is more important than ever. Decisions made on impulse or purely driven by emotion may provide temporary relief or gratification, but they often lead to unintended consequence. Critical thinking offers a deliberate and thoughtful process to counteract this, ensuring that decisions are grounded in logic, evidence, and long-term vision. At its core, critical thinking requires discernment. It involves carefully examining the factors influencing a decision, distinguishing between what is relevant and what is not, and recognizing how emotions or biases might cloud judgment. This process begins with gathering accurate information. Informed decisions are built on a foundation of facts, not assumptions or hearsay. Critical thinkers seek out credible sources, ask probing questions, and analyze the reliability of the information they receive. They are not content to accept things at face value, but dig deeper to uncover the truth, even if it challenges their initial perspective. Once information is gathered, critical thinking demands analysis. This step requires looking at the potential consequences of each option, weighing the pros and cons, and considering how each decision aligns with overarching goals or values. This evaluation process is not about eliminating emotion altogether. Emotions are part of what makes us human, but about ensuring that emotions are acknowledged and balanced with rational thought. It means recognizing when fear might be causing hesitation or when excitement might be pushing toward a risky decision without proper consideration. Critical thinking also emphasizes the importance of perspective. When faced with a decision, stepping back to view the bigger picture can illuminate factors that might otherwise be overlooked. It encourages asking questions such as, how will this decision affect me in the short term and the long term? Who else might be impacted by this choice? Are there alternatives I haven't considered? This broader perspective ensures that decisions are not made in isolation, but take into account the complexities and interconnectedness of life. Informed decision-making through critical thinking is particularly valuable in high-stakes situations. When the pressure is on, emotions often run high, and the temptation to act quickly can be overwhelming. Critical thinking provides the discipline to slow down, to process information methodically, and to approach the decision with confidence and clarity. It allows individuals to navigate uncertainty and complexity with a level head, ensuring that their choices are not only thoughtful but also strategic. Furthermore, critical thinking enhances adaptability. Not every decision will lead to the desired outcome, but the ability to evaluate what went wrong and why is a hallmark of an informed thinker. This reflective practice ensures that mistakes are not repeated and that each decision, successful or not, becomes a stepping stone for growth. It is this continuous cycle of thoughtful evaluation, informed action, and reflective learning that shapes effective decision-makers who are equipped to handle life's challenges with resilience and purpose. Critical thinking enables individuals to process conflicting ideas with clarity, fostering the ability to engage in meaningful dialogue, make balanced judgments, and find common ground amidst diverse perspectives. In a world increasingly marked by polarization, where differing opinions often lead to division, rather than understanding, the capacity to navigate conflict with thoughtfulness and poise is invaluable. Critical thinking equips us to go beyond knee-jerk reactions and superficial assessments, allowing us to delve deeper into the roots of disagreement and uncover pathways toward resolution. When encountering conflicting ideas, critical thinking begins with active listening. This skill requires more than simply hearing words. It involves genuinely seeking to understand the perspectives and experiences behind those words. It challenges individuals to set aside their own assumptions and biases temporarily, creating space to consider the validity of viewpoints that may initially seem foreign or contradictory. Through this process, critical thinking fosters empathy, not in the sense of agreeing with every perspective, but in appreciating the reasons others hold them. This empathetic foundation is the first step in transforming conflict into dialogue. Beyond listening, critical thinking involves the evaluation of arguments based on evidence and logic rather than emotional prejudice. It encourages individuals to ask questions: what is the evidence supporting this idea? Are there gaps or inconsistencies in the reasoning? What assumptions underlie the argument? This analytical approach allows conflicting ideas to be assessed on their merits, creating a framework for constructive engagement rather than adversarial debate. It shifts the focus from winning an argument to seeking understanding and resolution. Critical thinking also empowers individuals to articulate their own ideas clearly and respectfully. This clarity is essential in navigating conflict, as it reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings and ensures that one's perspective is presented in a way that invites dialogue rather than defensiveness. Moreover, critical thinking fosters the ability to remain open to feedback and willing to adjust one's views when presented with compelling evidence or reasoning. This openness is not a sign of weakness, but of intellectual maturity, demonstrating a commitment to growth and truth over ego or stubbornness. Thank you.